All right, get out your pens and papers. Class is in session. We about to do a beginner-friendly drugstore makeup base routine. This will be the easiest, most simple routine you'll ever see. Just keep watching. Okay, starting off with a bare face. I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Holy Hydration Cream. My skin has been really dry lately, so it definitely needs this. In my opinion, making sure the skin is hydrated is like one of the biggest keys to your makeup actually looking good. Next, we're gonna go in with primer. I'm using the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer with 4% niacinamide. This one is actually really good for making your base lay nice and smooth. I hate the feeling. Like, am I the only one? Ugh. Now this is beginner friendly, so I'm gonna take it slow the first time. We're gonna go straight in with foundation. I'm using the Loreal True Match in shade N8. I'm just gonna start off with one full pump. I'm using this e.l.f. buffing foundation brush to apply my foundation. Look at this pimple. Damn. I'm just gonna buff it into the skin. Do not take your foundation under the eyes. We're gonna put concealer under our eyes, and foundation and concealer under the eyes is just too much product, too much cake. No. If you need a little bit more coverage, just take a little bit. That tiny bit, use that to cover up only in the areas where you need more coverage. Don't go in with a whole nother layer of foundation. Too much. I'm taking these black radiance concealers in the shade light, medium, and medium, and I'm gonna start off with medium under my eyes, just applying it in the inner corner and then the outer corner. Also do apply around my mouth just to add a little bit more coverage on my pimples. Ooh. Then I'm gonna take the lighter concealer and just add a tiny bit in the corner of my eye. Adding a little bit to my forehead and to my chin, just to brighten. And we're gonna let our concealer sit for a couple minutes. Letting it sit for a few minutes will let it dry down. For some reason, it just gives way more coverage. I'm gonna take this Real Techniques brush to go ahead and blend out that concealer on my forehead and then under the eyes. Now, I take a setting mist. This is the e.l.f. All Night Setting Mist. I'm just gonna lightly spray my face. And because I didn't spray too much, it's not gonna take too long to dry down. So it's perfect to go right in with setting powder. I'm using this Beauty Bakerie powder in the shade Caramel. I'm gonna go ahead and take a powder puff. So what I do is I tap off the excess, and then I apply it underneath the eye. We're not gonna do all that baking. We're just gonna tap our powder in completely. And then I like to powder in the areas of my face that need it. I like to do my forehead and my chin and around my mouth. You deal with smile lines like I do, apply some to your smile lines. So now it's time to add some color back into the face. I'm taking this Black Radiance bronzer in the shade Rich Mahogany, and then just applying it to the perimeter of my face. When you're applying bronzer, contour, anything like that to your jawline, always apply underneath the jawline, not on it, underneath. I do also like to go in with a small brush and some of that bronzer and apply it to my crease. Look at that. When in doubt, you have a foundation brush. Use this as your eraser. If you apply too much bronzer, use your foundation brush to kind of diffuse it. Now, typically for beginners, I would advise to use a regular classic powder blush, but this e.l.f. Putty Blush, they are so easy to work with. I'm using it in the shade Bahamas. Just taking my blush brush, lightly tapping onto my cheekbone, and I start high up on my cheekbone. You could build up pretty much any product. Just start off slow. It'll all come together. All right, and this is the finished look. What do we think? Ooh, does that make me an official makeup girl? Because I did the little fingers. Anyway, I really hope y'all enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Bye.